Okay, let's talk about banking. This is a whole nother world than construction. These people are on a whole nother pay program. They're getting paid no matter what they do, and they could be worried about their jobs, I guess, if they didn't do a good job, but most of the time that doesn't happen. In the banking business, totally different than construction. As a contractor, you're going to want to find a good bank. And by this, I don't mean the biggest bank, I don't mean the world's best bank. I mean a bank where you get along with the people. A bank where you can work with the bank if you have any problems. I've had a lot of problems with different banks. Now, I get a little more action out of them, and it tends to motivate these bankers when I threaten to take my money out and go to another bank. I always seems to stir up the pot there and get them to do something for me. If you're trying to get a check deposited into your bank account, and this is actually in the book, let's just say you have $2,000 in your bank account and you have a check for $30,000 that you're trying to get deposited into your bank account. The $2,000 isn't going to do you very much good. It's not going to be enough to back this $30,000 checkup. So the bank might require a hold on this check. This has got to be acceptable to you. This is how banks guarantee that they're not going to get taken advantage of. Let's just say that they deposit the $30,000 into your bank and you spend $10,000 of that $30,000. Now you have $22,000 left in your bank. The $2,000 you started with and the remainder of the deposit. The check's no good. They come back to you, you've already spent the money, they've already approved the checks. The bank's not going to be in a good position here. So you got to understand where the bank is coming from and then work with them on this. Now there's a difference here. Let's just say that you have $30,000 in the bank and you're trying to cash a $2,000 check. You've got the money in the bank to cover this check. Most of the time the bank will deposit that money into your account immediately, especially if you have a good track record of having checks that haven't bounced for a long period of time. Now this goes back to another problem. Let's just say that one out of every 10 of your checks bounce. The bank might want to put a hold on every one of your checks. This is understandable. Again, they're just protecting themselves. You need to work something out with your bank that works for the both of you. You know, together is how we get ahead in life. We're not going to get a one person at a time here. And again, you're not looking to take advantage of the bank, and you're not looking to be taken advantage of by the bank. If you're having problems with your bank, start looking for another bank that is going to be a little more helpful or bend a certain way when you need them to. So if your bank's doing everything that you want and you got a great working relationship, keep that bank. You know, don't screw up here. Don't start, you know, writing bad checks. You know, if you have a bank you're not really happy with, might be having a little more problems than you think you should be, start looking for another bank. You don't need to take all your money out of the bank and go look for another bank. You could always take $1,000 out and go open up another bank account and start dealing with the other bank. Maybe deal with both the banks, compare the two, or maybe open up a couple different bank accounts until you find a bank account that's right. Again, these are just ideas and suggestions. The main goal of this video here is to tell you that you need to work with your bank. You need to understand where they're coming from, and they need to understand where you're coming from. That's what makes a good working relationship.